In this video, I'm going to show you how you can teach hurdling to absolute beginners and get them way ahead of their competition quickly. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can get a step-by-step breakdown of this approach. This is the second video in my coaching series. In the first video, I showed you how to select hurdlers. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out as well. Once you have your hurdlers identified, how are you going to teach them how to hurdle properly? It can be complicated. I'm going to break this down as simply as I can. There's two things that you'll need to coach simultaneously at each of the sessions. First is actually the technique of going over the hurdle, but the other is running between the hurdles. In this video, I'm focusing on showing coaches how to teach technique, not teaching coaches the technique of hurdling. If you don't already know that, I've got a couple of videos that do a really good job of that, and I'll put a link for them in the notes below. By the way, everything I'm going over in this video is pulled right out of my Hurdling 101. It goes through a lot more detail than I'm going to cover today. If you'd like to learn more about that, I'll also put that in the notes below. When you're teaching hurdling technique, there's really two halves of the body that you have to focus on. There's the lead arm and the lead leg, and the trail arm and the trail leg. For this video, I'm going to use the lead arm and the lead leg as an example. My approach is based on the concept that when you're teaching movements, they're best learned when you can isolate them, and then you don't add complexity to it until they've mastered one level and go from there. In my example here of the lead leg, I would teach the lead leg without having to worry about the arms. And once they can move the lead leg properly, then you can add the lead arm into it. Now that they're comfortable with the lead leg mechanics while standing in place, you want to graduate to doing them while walking. You can use the same progression of adding limbs as they reach mastery. After walking, they can graduate to walking over a hurdle and use the same progression. And after that is mastered, they can graduate to skipping and jogging versions of the same motion. To teach the trail leg, you would take the same step-by-step approach. Going through this progression can take a few hours, days, or weeks, depending on the athlete. While you're working on the technique, you should simultaneously maintain your athletes running over and between the short hurdles that I taught in the first video. This will further reinforce that hurdling is hard charging over hurdles rather than jumping. Your hurdlers should maintain these drills as part of their daily warm-up progression. I'll teach that more in the third video. Once they've gotten proficient with the technique over a hurdle, as well as running over small hurdles, it's time to bring it all together with real hurdles. It should go smoothly, and you'll see that your athletes will progress at light speed compared to their other competitors. I hope this was helpful. If I have other things for hurdle coaches, like a full season training plan, and also my Ace Coach subscription, where I could be your mentor through the entire season to make sure that your hurdlers do great. As always, if you need anything else, you can check out my website at acemethodcoaching.com.